Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
And good Wednesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight we've got the Coffee Cup Racing League Nitro Series, bringing on 100 laps of action here from Rockingham. Let's go over the championship standings, because starting next week, it's official. The Coffee Cup will finish out their season right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Your host, KR Stolfus, will be there next week alongside, I'll be there with him. Hey, let's look at those standings, though. It is in first place, Todd Sargent, Ryan Nolan in second spot, Matt McLean in third, with AJ Hamill he is in fourth spot coming into tonight. Al Smith Jr. in fifth spot, Jimmy McIntyre Jr. sitting in sixth, Brett Bartles, Steve Page, Jerry Stone, Andy Lambert, Bill Martin, Andrew Hill, Mike Holtzclaw, Steph Marinick, and Aaron Maynard rounding out the top 15 here in the point standings. And again, last four races coming up starting next week. Tonight makes 5. This is going to be my second time swinging around this track, or these tracks, with these drivers, so bear with us as we're still working out a couple of kinks. But drivers meeting is done and getting ready for qualifying here in just a couple of moments. I did mention once already that we are in Rockingham. Let's take a look at it. It is about a mile track. Temperature wise right now, 76 degrees with a track temperature of 116. So it's blazing hot out there. And make sure you guys check out the Facebook page there, www.facebook.com/Coffee Cup Racing, and get all the information out of them right on Facebook. I believe their URL, their website rather, is coffeecupracingleague.com. Make sure you go check them out as well. These guys doing a great job here in their first season. This is the Nitro Series, and there are about 21 drivers, it looks like, that are going to be participating in tonight's race. So far, quickest in practice, Steve Page. And Steve in that one car, his best lap time of the evening so far, 23.95. Todd Sargent, a 23.96. AJ Hamill, Al Smith Jr. locked in, 23.97 apiece. Joe Schaefer rounding out the top 5 with 23.99. So top 5 drivers separated by 5/100ths of a second here at the Rock. Really do appreciate you guys coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you let me know who your favorite is out there in chat. I will be looking. I'll be watching. Coffee Cup Racing League going to be starting up a, oh boy, I'm gonna falter at this. I know. I know Al Smith Jr. is going to be the broadcaster for him. I don't remember if it's a Monday night. I think it is a Monday night later here this fall. I'm sure AJ will correct me when I'm wrong. Let's go out there and take a look at Todd Sargent. Sargent was the fastest in practice before the little break there for the driver's intermission, and now it is Rex Hoyle. Hoyle sneaks in with a 23.93 as his best lap time, and that 54 car looking good out there. The ATD Online American Tire Distributors. Rex, a great guy out there. How about Vermont's own, the 87 of Ryan Nolan, his teammate, the 07. Again, Vermont's own Andrew Hill. Gotta congratulate Andrew and his team. Their driver took first place last week at our local track, and it was a lot of fun to watch. And, well, his driver's last name is Corliss. Corliss did not do that, Andrew. I don't want to be seeing that on track. That's no good. Got a lot of Vermont drivers out there. Let me see here. Ryan Nolan, AJ Hamill, he was originally from Vermont, so we'll give him credit there. Andy Lambert, Vermonter. Andrew Hill, Aaron Maynard. And I believe that's it. That's pretty good size, though, out of 21 drivers. And it looks like qualifying, getting set to go. Five minutes up, getting ready to go around Rock. It's a 1 mile track again, so let's take a peek and see what we see here. One of the first drivers on track, Ryan Nolan in the 87, the Nescafe Ford Fusion. Rocking into turn number 1, Ryan Nolan has been out and doing iRacing for many, many years. Do not count him out. Very fast at just about every track. Got a chance to talk to him a couple of weeks ago. And life is good for the Nolan family. Ryan going through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to put the hot lap down. But it looks like Maynard already has. So Aaron Maynard, the first one out there. How about Rex Hoyle? Rex Hoyle, fastest man in practice at the very end of practice, and now so far a pole sitter. And AJ Hamill comes up, bumps him out. Andrew Hill in third, Jason Fluffy Garrett in fourth, Todd Sargent fifth, Chris Stump sixth, Andy Lambert, Brett Bartles, and Aaron Maynard holding on to a top 9. Jeremy Carpenter, that all changed. Carpenter now pushed down to 11th, Maynard to 10th, as Chris Stump came in, took 7th away. How about Andy Lambert? Milton Zone. Andy in the 8 car so far. He's got himself an 8th quickest. Oh, Lordy. Get rid of that there. Al Smith Jr., he came down, put down a time, a 23.95, his best lap time. That was good enough for third, but Steve Page comes in and knocks him down. Steve Page right now in second spot in the qualifying. There's Aaron out there in the 46. I think he's just trying to get some practices in his Longhorn Pontiac. Number 46, as he calls it an end right now. He is 16th quickest out there. The 95, Charlie Widener. Widener's out there in his Dodge, winding it up, getting ready to throw down a lap or two, and his first lap pretty good, up to 10th. And Widener might be shutting it down after that one lap. He is. Bill Martin in the 39. Very bestest machine. It can definitely stop out there. We'll see if he can go. Right now, he is qualified in the 15th spot. We're going to see just how good this track is here tonight, as qualifying looks like it may have come to an end. Let's see. Nope, he just had a blink. Depending on how this track is feeling, you may have just one line of real good racing. Sometimes you can get two. Side-by-side racing. Looks like we're going to have 4 drivers that are not going to qualify here tonight. Mike Holtzclaw, Jonathan Casey, Ryan Watkins, and Allison choosing so far not to come out onto the racing surface to throw down a qualifying lap, and that's That's too bad. I like to see guys qualify out there. About 10 seconds left of this qualifying run, and then it's going to be time to grid it up. Just like that, it's time to get ready to go for the grid. Starting on the pole tonight, driving his number 18, Empire Racing Team's number 18, it's AJ Hamill. Who is outside, out of Carolina, it's the one of Stephen Page. Also out of California, starting on the inside, row number 2, the 54 of Rex Hoyle. Smith Racing Inc., number 96, going to be on the outside, row 2, starting in 4th spot tonight, it's going to be Al Smith Jr. Starting on the inside of row number 5, Vermont's own, the 07 of Andrew Hill. On the outside, out of the Mid-South, it's going to be the 59 of Bruce Potter. Starting in 7th spot tonight, Highline Racing's number 57 of Jason Fluffy Garrett. Starting in 8th spot, it's the Alabama Gang's number 42 of Todd Sargent. Starting in 9th position tonight, on the inside, it is Ryan Nolan in his 87. Charlie Widener going to be starting his Highline Racing number 95 in 10th spot. Joe Schaefer Jr. going to be starting his number 6 on the inside in 11th. Chris Stump in the 98 out of Ohio going to be starting in 12th. Andy Lambert out of Milton, Vermont, going to be starting his 8 in the 13th spot. Adam Jones going to be to his outside in his number 97, starting 14th. Bill Martin going to be in the 39, starting 15th. Brett Bartles to his outside. How about Aaron Maynard? He's going to be starting in the 17th position, and Jeremy Carpenter in 18th. Calvin Allison going to be starting 19th. Jeremy Line Watkins going to be starting 20th. Mike Holtzclaw going to be starting 21st, and shotgun on the field, the 13 of Jonathan Casey as we go green flag racing. Out front, it is AJ Hamill, Stephen Page, your top 2. That one settles out quickly. Stephen Page falls in line behind Hamill. It's still a battle for 3rd, and it looks like Al Smith Jr. going to take that over from Rex Hoyle. The battle now behind them as the 7 gets into the 59. Andrew Hill into Bruce Potter. Potter somehow holding on to it. So Hill able to hold on to his 7, and he goes forward, unfortunately. But his counterpart goes back, and we had one off the wall. We have one into the inside retaining wall. These guys just letting it roll here as caution will be coming out, I believe. Maybe not, though. Charlie Widener went for a ride. We're going to have to go back and see what happened to him, and we will. We're watching the Dodge in the middle, the 3-wide racing here around the rock. That's not going to work. One car off from the wall into Widener, and he goes into the wall, stays off the racing surface, able to get it corrected. He's going back in the right direction. The 18 of AJ Hamill. Still going to be your race leader, Stephen Page, right behind him in the 1. Al Smith Jr. has picked up a spot. He's running in 3rd. Rex Hoyle, Todd Sargent running out in the top 5. Joe Schaefer going to be running his 6 around here in 6th spot. Adam Jones right behind him in the 97. Andrew Hill, we saw the contact there on the first lap. Hill in his 07 running in 8th spot. Behind him, Ryan Nolan in the Nescafe number 87. Chris Stump up 2 spots already to 10th. Andy Lambert also up 2 spots. Andy is poised to try and get into the top 10, sitting in 11th spot. How about Fluffy Garrett He is down 5 spots already, but trying to make it back up. And that Coors Light, number 57. Watch out for Fluffy. The looser the car is, the happier he gets. And look at the run to the inside he has on Lambert. Ahead of him, Chris Stump also taking the inside. Ryan Nolan. Stump looking like he's going to take down the winner. He does. Fluffy trying to take it away from Andy. He does. So a lot of action here already. The 39, that's Bill Martin. Martin able to get around Lambert. And look at him go around this track. Battles all over the place right now. Chris Stump leading the way on the inside. Ryan Nolan follows him through. That's going to filter Hill on back as Fluffy Garrett able to get around Hill as well. So just like that, Hill loses 3 spots. AJ Hamill still going to be your race leader. Stephen Page to the right behind him there in second. Al Smith Jr. still locked into your top 3. Let's take a peek in on Aaron Maynard. The last time I was up here in the booth for these guys, Aaron didn't fare so well on the very first lap. This time, he's looking pretty good. He's up 4 spots to 13th spot. And Maynard is on a roll right now, sitting 13th. Andrew Hill hasn't quite recovered. That right front damage may be slowing him down. The 07 going backwards. He's lost 7 spots already, back to 12th spot. And here comes Aaron Maynard trying to put him down one more. Can't quite get there though. Has to settle for getting on the back bumper of the 07. So it's Hill, Maynard, and Lambert, 12th through 14th. Nose to tail out on track. Let's add the 28 of Allison. Allison sitting in 15th spot. The 28 looking pretty strong right now. Able to hold that yellow line very well just above the apron, then cuts it loose and lets it roll on down the stretch. Allison has a pretty line right now. Can he hold on to it with that 28? We're going to watch throughout the race to see how he's doing. Back up front, though, it is AJ Hamill as your race leader. Top 3 unchanged. Hamill, Page, and Smith sitting in your top 3. Rex Hoyle is getting a little challenge now from the 42 of Todd Sargent. That's a battle for 4th spot. The 42 really tucked in under the back bumper of Rex Hoyle, and now Todd Sargent goes down to the inside. Sargent looking on the inside through the corner, door to door. Hoyle doesn't get much of a challenge at this point in the race. Lets him go on through. Todd Sargent picks up 4th spot. Adam Jones sitting in the 6th position, and that's Sitco number 97. He's kind of running alone, but not for long maybe, as the 98 of Chris Stump starts to roll him on in. Stump started 5 spots from where he is now. He sits in 7th. Started in 12th spot and has made his way up quickly in the first 15 laps. Ryan Nolan up 1 spot. He's running in 8th. Fluffy Garrett right behind him in the number 57. I swear sometimes these overlays, they're cursed, I say. Doing things I don't want them to do. Aaron Maynard, he worked his way up to 13th. He's still 13th. And at this point, Calvin Allison starting to pull away. Allison's got about a 2nd lead over Maynard. Andy Lambert sits in that 14th spot. He started 13th, fell a little bit. Andrew Hill, though, boy, has he lost a ton of spots. That right front damage, obviously, making that car not handle as well as it should. Andrew Hill is having issues, as is the fluffy one, Jason Garrett. Garrett, very slow on track. Believe he has some, yes, he does. Left front damage. Big time for the 57. That tire not pointed in the right direction. And we continue. So no caution, although it looks like there could have been a couple here already tonight. The Coffee Cup Series, Nitro Series, here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Chris, and it's been my pleasure to bring you all the action here tonight, as the top three are starting to group up, make it top four, heck, make it top five, as Hoyle is closing the gap on the backside of that pack. Steve and Page, Al Smith Jr. second and third, trying to figure out a way to get around the 18 so far. Nobody's been able to do it. 20 miles down, 80 miles to go. And the 42 of Todd Sargent really is reeling in the 96 now of Smith. Al Smith Jr. is in trouble, because here comes Todd Sargent. Sargent looking to the inside through the turn. Al Smith goes up a little too high. I think he was going to give him the spot, but boy, he opened up the door for Hoyle, and Hoyle just couldn't do anything with it as they crossed the start-finish line. So Todd Sargent up 5 spots to third in his 42 RC Cola machine. And Steve Page has got a new hood in his rearview mirror. Now 22 drivers have started here tonight. 21 running right now. Fluffy Garrett, the only driver not out on track. We saw the damage to the front end of that machine as the 90. Jeremy Line Watkins looks to go down a lap and does. Your race leaders going around. Top 5 drivers all around him now. And Chris Stump has made his way up to 6th spot. He is closing in on the top 5 as well. Big mover on the night so far. Calvin Allison up 11 spots to 8th. And the Javelin number 28 looking strong out there. He got up there in a hurry. 1/4 of this race done already. And here comes Steve Page looking to the outside. That's going to open the door for the 42. Todd Sargent. Sargent slides in for the inside pass. Todd Sargent moves up to second. Page going to try and close the door, and he's able to. Al Smith was peeking. Smith still peeking. The one able to shut it down just enough. The 96 might be getting a little tight. Not able to hold that inside line was Al Smith Jr. And while that was happening, AJ Hamill kind of pulled away a little bit. These guys racing side by side. That's going to allow Hamill to have that fresh air, and he's going to walk away with it just for a second or two. And here comes Smith. Smith Jr. on the inside. He's got Rex Hoyle right behind him, and Steve Page might be in trouble now. Steve Page on the outside, and here comes Al Smith trying to get back into the top 3. He does. And look at Rex Hoyle go to the inside. He's going to try and make that pass as well on Steve Page. A great run out of the 54 of Rex Hoyle to kind of use the hole that Al Smith Jr. made, and gets around Steve Page now in 5th spot. But don't look now, Steve, because here comes that black and gold, number 98 of Chris Stump. Behind him, it's Calvin Allison, Ryan Nolan. Nolan starting to catch the back bumper of the 28. Remember, Allison, our big mover here tonight, so far up 12 spots to 7th place. We might be getting a little bit of a battle here for the lead. Todd Sargent inching closer and closer to the rear bumper of the 18 of AJ Hamill. And he is there. Todd Sargent takes a look down to the inside, heading into turn number 3. The 42 holding that yellow line. The 22 may be right in the way for your once race leader as AJ Hamill has to fall in behind Sargent. New race leader for the first time here tonight. And it is the 42 RC Cola machine of Todd Sargent. So Hamill gives up the race lead. There's a little bit of a pick there. Todd Sargent really picked a good time to try and go down to the inside. Slower traffic, they typically do go to the outside. Hamill was right behind him, couldn't go anywhere, and Sargent motored on by. And here comes Al Smith Jr. Smith running in 3rd spot, trying to catch the back bumper now of the 18. Everybody knows on track it's certainly possible to pass him now. Now we just got to catch him and try and work the back bumper a little bit, maybe try and get him a little bit nervous and try and get around him that way. Todd Sargent, your race leader, working out of turn number 4 here at the Rock. We're going to complete lap number 34. 65 laps to go. Haven't checked in on him for a little while, so we're going to do it right now. He's up to 12th spot. Last time we knew he was 13th, so he's gained another position. Talking, of course, about Aaron Maynard. Let's go ahead and do a little rundown through the field. We're going to start off with your race leader. He's up 7 spots since the beginning of the race. It's the 42 of Todd Sargent behind him. He's down only 1 spot here on the race. He was your pole sitter tonight, AJ Hamill, in the 18. Al Smith Jr. picked up a spot from 4th to 3rd. And Rex Hoyle right behind him. He went from 3rd to 4th. Steve Page, he's down 3 spots. He's running in the top 5. 5th spot with Chris Stump. In 6th, right behind him in his number 98. Calvin Allison has been really showing the way around this track. One of the fast guys out there. He's up 12 spots since the beginning of this race, running in 7th position. Then it's the Nescafe, number 87 of Ryan Nolan. Ryan sitting in 8th spot, up 1 from the start of this race. Joe Schaefer Jr. behind him. In his number 6, Schaefer up 2. Andrew Hill had contact on lap number 1, and he fell like a rock. He is back up to 10th spot, only down 5 from where he first started. Aaron Maynard starting to roll now, and that number 46, he is up to 11th spot, plus 6 on the night for him so far. Out of the Longhorn, number 46, Adam Jones sits in 12th spot. He's up 2 spots from the beginning of the race. In his number 97. Bill Martin in his 39, up 2 spots, running in 13th. Andy Lambert down 1 position. In 14th spot, Bruce Potter down 9. Potter in his 59 runs in 15th. Charlie Widener in his 95 Dodge machine running in 16th spot. Jonathan Casey up 5 to 17th in his 13. Mike Holtzclaw plus 3 to 18th spot in his number 22. Jeremy Carpenter is sitting in 19th spot. Brett Bartles sitting in 20th. Jeremy Line Watkins in his number 90. Ooh, just touches the wall. able to keep it going. Watkins sits in 21st. Jason Garrett is still on pit road, probably has started loading it up into the hauler, I would imagine. Yes, he has. And Garrett is going to finish here tonight in 22nd spot. Your race leader, the 42 of Todd Sargent, with AJ Hamill trying to gain him back in just a little bit, but Hamill may have used up those tires in the first 30 laps or so, and Todd Sargent, he's starting to check out just a little bit. Al Smith Jr. starts, or it's not starting, boy, he's in the 3rd spot after starting 4th, and the 96 can start seeing AJ Hamill slip away just a little bit. The gap between 2nd and 3rd, 1 second. Oil having a fine job out there right now. The 54 machine sits in 4th spot. And Calvin Allison has broken his way up into the top 5. Allison got around Steve Page, and now the 28 is focused on the 54. He's got about 2.3 seconds to try and make up before he can catch the back bumper of Rex Hoyle in the 54. First car 1 lap down, the 8 car of Andy Lambert, the red number 8 there, right behind Allison, right in front of Steve Page. Chris Stump sits in that 7th spot, and he's kind of been there for a little while. Stump was making some good moves to try and catch the top 5, but now that we're working lap traffic, it slowed his progress down just a little bit. He's got Steve Page right in front of him. So Stump looks to try and climb into the top 6 here if he can get around the 1. Three of the guys that are starting to slow down just a little bit, it's Ryan Nolan. He sits in the 8th position. At one point, he was behind Allison, and now not even in the same time zone. Sargent with a 1.8 second lead over AJ Hamill. Hamill with a 1 second lead over Smith. Rex Hoyle right behind Smith, though those two drivers have been locked in for a very long time at this point. Al Smith Jr. and Rex Hoyle, both great guys. Of course, Al Smith, one of the commentators here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Rex Hoyle, we know him from a few different leagues, so good to see Rex out there. Last car on the lead lap, that's 11th spot, Aaron Maynard. Maynard is just trying to keep that thing going in a straight line. Top 15 in points coming into tonight, and certainly an 11th spot finish would help that. After a devastating race 2 weeks ago, where on the first lap he got into the wall and called it a night. The 48.6 might be getting a little tight. You saw that kind of push out to the wall there. That's usually a good indicator that the car is getting tight. It's not turning like it should. That can be for many reasons, but right now it's most likely because of the tires. I want to thank everybody once again for turning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're watching the Coffee Cup Racing, that too, the Coffee Cup Racing Series, Racing League Nitro Series. My lord, good thing it's a freebie tonight. If you haven't done so yet, guys, make sure you jump in and get yourself a cup of brew. Yeah, Todd Sargent had to come all the way from 8th spot, but right now he is your race leader in the 42. AJ Hamill started on the pole here and led a good portion of the front half of this race, but right now sits in 2nd spot, about a second, 1.3 seconds really behind Todd Sargent. Hoyle was finally able to get around Al Smith, and Smith has lost a bunch of time as he's about 2 seconds behind Rex Hoyle, the 96, starting to go away on Al Smith Jr. Just checking time and scoring, making sure I did not miss something for Al. And it doesn't look like it. So Al Smith just all of a sudden starting to go away on him. And AJ Hamill bringing it down pit road. Oh, the 87 locks it up. Ryan Nolan locking it up. We go back to take a peek as he's trying to stay on the lead lap, and he goes around. We are still under green. No cautions here tonight so far. Green flag stops are happening. And Ryan Nolan had already come down pit road. He was trying to stay on the lead lap and wasn't able to do it. And now he's down by about 2 laps. Your race leader coming down pit road, Todd Sargent. That's going to give the race lead over to the 54 of Rex Hoyle, and Hoyle trying to work the inside of Aaron Maynard. Maynard now goes down a lap. He's the first car, 1 lap down. That should all cycle through, though, as top 4 drivers have not come down pit road. Todd Sargent still on pit road. He's gone down a lap. So Hoyle out there in his number 54, your race leader. Al Smith Jr. sits in 2nd spot. Steve Page in 3rd. Chris Stump in 4th. Aaron Maynard up to 5th. Calvin Allison in 6th spot. When is Rex going to come down pit road? So 13, Jonathan Casey coming down pit road. Casey coming down for service. Top 4 drivers have not come down pit road. As I say that, Al Smith Jr. bringing it down, as is Aaron Maynard. Maynard was being scored a lap down. Comes in just ahead of your 3rd place runner, Al Smith Jr. Rex Hoyle, now Chris Stump in 2nd spot. Stump yet to take a pit stop here. Rex Hoyle yet to take a pit stop. It looks like only one other driver, that's the 95 of Widener in his Dodge, has not come down pit road yet. Going to be interesting to see how this one shakes out, because a lot of different strategies are being employed out there on pit road. And Rex Hoyle continues to go around this 1-mile track known as The Rock, or Thunder Alley. What a great track this was. And maybe will be again. I hear NASCAR maybe in talks with The Rock to try and get them back up and running on the NASCAR schedule. That would be a great thing to see. Chris Stump 15.5 seconds behind your race leader of Rex Hoyle. And at some point, these guys should be coming down pit road, you would think. 35 laps to go. And it's the 87. That's Ryan Nolan gets around your race leader to get a lap back, as does the 07 of Andrew Hill. So they're just starting to climb back through here. If you stop on pit road, take left and right tires. You're going to go down 2 laps here. So a lot of drivers trying to get at least one back. Calvin Allison goes around your race leader. He gets back on the lead lap now. And Todd Sargent works his way around as well. So Sargent now back on the lead lap. The difference between new tires and old tires really shows right here, as Andy Lambert may have come into that corner just a little hot. He pushed up a little bit. Rex Hoyle does a good job to stay away from him. And AJ Hamill goes around the 54. He gets his lap back. I don't know if you have to stop here on fuel. I don't know if it's a rule that you have to stop for tires. But right now, Rex Hoyle doesn't appear to want to come down pit road at all. And he is the only driver not to at this point. We have 3 drivers that looks like have retired from this race. Adam Jones, Jeremy Line Watkins, and Buffy Garrett. All 19 drivers out there of the 22 that started this race. And Rex Hoyle continues to charge right on through. I made a mistake. I said Rex Hoyle was the only driver that hasn't come down pit road, and that is not true. Chris Stump has not come down pit road, along with Charlie Widener. Widener still hasn't come down in his 95. So 3 drivers out there that have not come down. Chris Stump right now sits in the 4th spot behind Todd Sargent, Calvin Allison, and actually just loses another one to AJ Hamill. So Stump starts to go backwards, still in the top 5. But those tires that fall off, well, I'll give it to you like this. Last time by for Chris Stump, it was a 26.42. The last guy that passed him, AJ Hamill, his last time by was a 24.83. So, yeah, there's a pretty big fall off there. Out Todd Sargent in the 42. He was the race leader before all this madness of pit stops started. And right now he sits in 2nd spot, 16.2 seconds behind Rex Hoyle, and it is closing quick. A little over a second per lap is the difference between Todd Sargent and Rex Hoyle. If that continues, he will catch him in about 15 laps. Well short of the 100 laps that we have yet to complete. So Rex may have made his bed, and now he's going to have to sleep in it, because if he comes down pit road right now, he will be at least 1 lap down, most likely 2. Joe Schaefer, one of those drivers on the lead lap. Oh, no, he's not. He's down a lap. I'm sorry. Just barely, though. The 95 of Weiner right in front of your race leader, Rex Hoyle. Hoyle goes down to the inside. The 59 goes along with him. That's Bruce Potter. Potter sits in 18th spot, several laps down at this point. He is a little faster than the race leader, though, and it's going to show right here as he takes a look down to the inside. And Potter's going to get around the 54 of Hoyle. Hoyle goes way up top. Not too long ago, mentioned that Todd Sargent was about 15 seconds behind Rex Hoyle. Now, make it 9. Calvin Allison about a second behind Todd Sargent. AJ Hamill sits in 4th spot, about 3 seconds behind Allison. But still, your race leader is Rex Hoyle. And he may be thinking, I'm going to go the rest of the way. I am not stopping, not going to do it. Here comes Aaron Maynard. Maynard's going to be looking to the inside to get around your race leader. He's going to get a lap back. Does that pretty convincingly, as the 46 has made his way back up to 12th after being in 13th spot. So Aaron Maynard picking up where he left off. He is fast out there tonight, trying for a top 10 finish. Al Smith Jr. goes by. So Smith at one time was running in the top 3. Right now, Al Smith Jr. sits in 7th spot. Oh, the 2 makes a little contact with Hoyle, side by side, going into the corner. The 2 of Brett Bartles makes a little contact, no damage to either car. A little bit of a pucker moment there for the 54, your race leader, Rex Hoyle. What was it, about 5 laps ago? I told you there was 9-second gap between Hoyle and Todd Sargent. Well, now that's down to 3. And Todd Sargent running about 1.3 seconds per lap faster than Hoyle, so it's not going to be long now. Except for one thing. Wow. Calvin Allison coming out of nowhere, goes down to the inside. He took a peek and at the line has 2nd spot. Calvin Allison up to 2nd. The 42 of Sargent back to 3rd. A little bit out of nowhere there. A battle for 2nd spot. As Allison up 17 positions from the start of this race. Now up to 2nd spot after starting 19th. Which coincidentally is how many drivers that are out there right now. 3 of them loaded up in the hauler, getting ready for next week. Hoyle's got about a 0.6 of a second lead over Calvin Allison. Allison last time by a 25.04. Last time by for Rex Hoyle, 25.98. The tires have started to equal, but not enough. Here comes Calvin Allison. He's looking to the inside for the race lead, heading into turn 3. They're door to door, and it doesn't take long. Allison gets by. Now the 42 of Sargent moves in door to door to the 54, and at the line, the 42 of Todd Sargent takes 2nd spot away. So that time by, Hoyle was almost a full second slower. And boy, did it show on track as those 2 drivers went around and they are gone. Allison, now your race leader, up 18 spots. Biggest mover of the night here so far. And the 28 looking strong. Don Sargent in the 42 second. Rex Hoyle third. AJ Hamill. Hamill is running in fourth spot after starting on the pole. Al Smith Jr.'s cracked back into the top 5, so a good run. Maybe not as good as it was, but a good run nonetheless for the 96 of Al Smith Jr. Stephen Page, he was running up in the top 3 for the beginning part of this race. Now sitting in the 6th spot, Joe Schaefer. In that 6 car, it's hard to make it out, but it is a 6, and it is sitting in the 7th spot. He's going around Aaron Maynard right now. Ryan Nolan sits in the 8th spot. He's up 1 from the beginning of this race, and Andrew Hill sits in 9th. Remember, he had contact on lap 1, damage to the right front, never really has recovered from that. And the 07 sits in the 9th spot with Bill Martin in 39. That's the driver to the inside, making a couple of passes and then blinking away. Bill Martin rounding out the top 10. Aaron Maynard up to 11th, Andy Lambert 12th, Charlie Widener in 13th spot, Chris Stump 14th, and Jeremy Carpenter in 15th spot. Up front, though, it is your race leader, Calvin Allison in the 28, the Javelin Texaco, number 28, doing a fine job getting around this track. Let's see what his time looks like this time by. 25.424 for Allison. And that makes him the quickest driver out there, with one exception, Jeremy Carpenter a little bit quicker. That's a lap down vehicle sitting in 15th spot. Heading into turn number 3, we're going to be 6 laps to go. Caution-free event here tonight. I got to be careful about saying that. Sometimes I say that, and then next thing I know, it pops a caution. But here we are with 6 laps to go. Calvin Allison sitting in first spot. Todd Sargent second. AJ Hamill third. Hoyle Smith rounding out the top 5. Next time by for Allison, he's going to have the flagman hand with 5 fingers outstretched, indicating 5 laps to go. And Allison crosses the line. He sees that from the flagman. Heads into turn number 1. Top 6 drivers, top 7 drivers, all separated by quite a distance right now. So this is Calvin Allison's race to lose. He goes down the back stretch into turn 3. Allison still running a pretty line here tonight. Last time by 25.59. This time by 25.53. So finding a little extra speed out of that 28 that time by. As he knows, he's only got 3 laps to go. Aaron Maynard just ahead of him. He's the lap down car running in 11th spot. That Pontiac Longhorn number 46 trying to have a better finish than he did last week, and he already has. 2 laps to go here for your race leader, Calvin Allison. Obstacle sticks up in the air, and Allison heading through turn number 2 onto the back stretch, Thunder Alley. White Silk being clinched in the hand of our official starter here tonight at the Rock, and the White Silk flies. 1 lap to go. Last time down the back stretch, Calvin Allison gonna be your race winner. It looks like, oh, he gets into the wall. Allison gets into the wall, and he is going slow. That could give Sargent enough time. Oh, at the line, into each other, but Allison does win. Holy cow. What a way to win. The 28 slowed up a little bit as he was into the wall, and Sargent came in and gave him a push across the line. And by that, I mean that 28 is going nowhere. What a finish here at the Rock. Courtesy of the Coffee Cup Racing League Nitro Series. My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back. We're going to step away for just a moment, set up some post-race interviews, and let's see what these drivers have to say right after this. Back live here from the Rock, and well, we've got some torn up cars. It was a heck of a finish out there. Unfortunately, only have two of the top three drivers out there. We're going to start off with our third place finisher, Mr. AJ Hamill in the 18. And what we don't, you guys don't know this maybe, but after the race, these guys normally do a demolition derby, and AJ, it looks like you already lost that.
Or did I win it?
I don't know.
That's the question. Well, it looks like Calvin ran out of gas coming to the line, and I don't know what happened after that, but he was right in the middle of the track when I got to the start finish. So I started it early.
Man, what a race. Caution-free event here. Luckily, the checkered flag had come out. That definitely would have been one. Man, what a good race. And of course, next week, we start making this official next week. KR going to be bringing it up on the helm. I'll be in the announce booth too, but man, what a lot of fun. Thanks for having me out here tonight, AJ. And who do you got to thank out there on the 18?
Oh, what's happening? Nope, somebody's talking. Who's on the car? Super Coffee, Arts Barbershop, Orca Coolers, SLC. You for putting this on for us. Got to congratulate Calvin. He played the right strategy. He can show up cold just like the Cup guys. No practice, roll off the trailer, start in the back, take home the win. I know he must have not taken fuel though, because we had plenty of fuel. So great strategy by him. Pulled it out. Nice job again by Todd. I thought he had this one. I don't have anything for him again, but you know, I'm looking at my F3 here, or F2, I guess. My standings, and I got 13 seconds on the fourth place car, so I can't feel too bad about what I did tonight, even if I wasn't able to pull out a win. Yeah,
13.04 over Al Smith Jr., who finished in fourth, and what a night. It was a lot of fun to watch. And that's going to bring us...
I can't believe we went green to checker. That's shocking here at Rockingham, but...
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, let's kick it on up to the guy who he helped the race leader get across the start finish line. We'll say that it's Todd Sargent in the 42. Todd, Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you,
man. What were you thinking at the end? I mean, it was so close. If he would have run out of fuel just a little bit sooner, that could have been your race right there.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I thought he got in the wall. I thought he was just trying to cruise around the last lap and got in the wall and sucked him in, but I didn't know he ran out of gas. I might have tried to go underneath him. I was just trying to cut it close there.
Well, you cut it close, right into his back bumper, so that's good. Listen, man, it was a good run for you. Second place finish. Hard to be sad about that. Who do you got to thank on that 42?
I'd like to thank Sam Witt, Tucker Sargent, everybody out there watching on Turn 3 Network. Can't wait to get on there next week. Thank you for putting this thing on. AJ for putting this league on for us, and everybody for running clean tonight. It was fun to run caution free.
It was definitely a lot of fun, Todd, and it was fun watching you up in front there. And, well, the ending was pretty darn exciting. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
I found Calvin for you.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, let's get him. Let's get him on in
standing right
here.
in front of you.
Oh,
yes,
Calvin.
Sir.
See, all I see is a name that's not Calvin.
Yeah, I like to have fun.
Don't worry. This is not a Roger situation. That is, in fact, Calvin.
All right. Well, Calvin Allison joining us up here in the booth. And, well, we're looking at the front end, Calvin, and it's not too hard to think that maybe the 28 had better days as far as appearance goes. But first place finish, up 18 spots since the start of the race. That was a good run up through the field. Take me through your last lap.
Yeah, I sort of run out of fuel going into 3, and I was like, well, maybe I could make it. And then I seen Todd coming, and I was like, I'm just going to hold the wheel straight. I figured he'd go really low and win. And when he hit me, it pretty much KO'd me. And then, I mean, it was a great race overall. I hate it that it ended like that, but it was probably the most fun I've had in a long time on here.
So I'm watching the final lap here, and it looks like you got into the wall a little bit in turn 3 and then really solidly into turn 4 there. When did you run out of gas?
It started sputtering, like it was when I got into it. That's why I went up abruptly, because I knew there was somebody behind me that had just pitted or something, I think, and I didn't want to get run over by them and really cause a mess. So when I got up in there, it really done me in, just sputtering and all that.
Well, it definitely did it in, and the damage on the front end definitely proving it out. Calvin, who do you got on that thing that you need to thank for tonight's win?
Just big thanks to the league. I enjoy running with these guys when I can. I can't run every race like I'd like to. It's just here and yonder, and thanks to our team leader, Jamie. I think he does all the painting on all of our cars, so they always look fabulous. I don't think he's here tonight, but I'm sure he's watching.
Awesome, bud. Well, congratulations once again on the win, and I'm going to put you guys back up into the other channel. AJ, I'm going to save you here for just a second. I'm going to come up into that channel with you. I just want everybody to know that so we can make sure language is okay, and I would love for them to be talking there on TeamSpeak if you want to set that up for me. I'll give you about 3 seconds. AJ Himmel up there, he's talking to those guys. We're going to get ready for what should be a very entertaining finish, and it's already begun. Here we go. It is the Demolition Derby.
Well, I'm stuck. No more go.
Hit me. Somebody's bumper hit me and it gave me a 4X.
There's a bumper sitting on the back stretch. I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. Andy just killed somebody.
Damn, I don't know who that was. That pissed somebody off. If I can have that one coming.
Oh, my bumper just fell off. That's awesome.
Shit. Alex killed me.
I'm gonna tell you what, this damn motor is stout.
It's all about where you hit them at now.
All right, she just blew.
Casey comes flying in and gets me. Oh, who's that? Andy?
Chris is gonna whack somebody.
Man, 46 is still out there getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell, that's good. Good practice for C6.
That was a good race.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
was.
was.
I cannot believe that went green flag.
I stayed out to like where I could put till I had 35 laps to go. I was like, there's got to be a yellow. I figured someone would run someone over on fresher tires or, you know, spin coming off pit road or something like that. And it never happened.
Oh yeah, I know. I was the same boat. I burned all my stuff up trying to catch the front pack, and then I wasn't gonna win unless I did something different, so I just stayed out, and I was like
Yeah.
3 seconds a lap slower than everyone once.
Yeah,
everyone
you were
did.
running
Stump, can you
27
still
eights
move?
at one point, and I was like, God almighty.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was sad.
I was like, his tire's gonna blow. We're gonna have caution, and I'm gonna be screwed.
Stump,
Yeah.
are you dead?
No, she's still running. I thought she was. She puffed back to life.
Better question, can you move?
No.
All right,
No,
ladies
you-
and gentlemen, here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Oh, he got it to go. Never mind. We were about to call it, but he got it fired up and moving. Stump holding on. It's Stump and Maynard now. Maynard still has a strong motor, but I believe the left roller control arm might be popped out just a little bit. Oh, that might be it for Stump. That tire is not looking good out there, Chris.
Yeah, we're struggling right at the moment.
All right, we're going to call it then. Tonight's winner, Calvin Allison of the race. And for the Demolition Derby, 11th place finisher, Aaron Maynard. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We look forward to doing it again right here next week on Wednesday night. Make sure you tune into the Turn 3 Racing Network. Every night we've got something going on. I can't believe I just witnessed a Pontiac winning anything at this point in it's 2020. Aaron, it's time to move on, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we will see you again next time.